What's going on, IP family? I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, as well as trade secrets. And hey, it looks like Buc-ee's is at it again. They have sued a gas station, pet store, theme park out of the Ozarks for trademark infringement based on their famous Buc-ee logo. So, Ian, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on whether or not you think that this is trademark infringement, not trademark infringement. Kind of, we're going to take a look at the article. Some great learning lessons that I kind of want you guys to take from this article that I'm going to pull up here. And kind of first, some housekeeping items. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. Hey, one of the things that you guys have, especially if you guys going into business, is you have to kind of understand kind of the lay of the land, particularly with regard to competitors or different people that you may be kind of using using their name or similar to what they're doing in terms of the name and things like that. Now, Buc-ee's, man, this is probably what, third, fourth time that we've talked about Buc-ee's over the last 2 or 3 months because they're kind of filing lawsuits. I think they started with Super Fuels. They went to Duckies. I think I didn't cover it, but they went to sue a company out in New Mexico for trademark infringement. So this is essentially the fourth company in the last 2 or 3 months that they have sued for trademark infringement. So Buc-ee's has definitely got a quick trigger finger, let's just say. You have to kind of know this when you're going into business, because if you're trying to maybe kind of piggyback off their name or kind of have a logo that's kind of similar to theirs, you got to know that you're going to get sued at some point. It's not going to be all this kind of back and forth with cease and desist letters and then things are going to go away. They're going to sue you. You have to kind of be thinking about that when you're deciding these trademark terms or these logos, because, maybe, again, if you are okay with going to court and find it and whatever the case may be, then that's cool. Just understand that if you're doing something that's kind of similar to what a trigger happy company or a lawsuit trigger happy company is similar to those, then you have to kind of understand that you're probably going to get sued at some point. And Buc-ee's is shaping up to definitely be one of them companies who, if they feel like you're kind of anywhere close in their in the ballpark as it relates to a trademark infringement of their logo, of their trademarks, then they're going to sue you. And some of these, if I'm being honest with you, from an IP attorney's perspective, I think that Buc-ee's are reaching in a lot of these cases. But again, that doesn't stop them from suing. So again, one of the takeaway points from this, I'm saying this at the beginning as opposed to the end, but just make sure you understand if you're kind of dealing with a company or logos, trademarks, any type of IP, and it's with a company that and it's similar to a company that is known to be trigger happy as far as lawsuits, then you got to understand that, hey, I may get sued at some point. And if you're okay with it, great. But just understand when you're talking about lawsuits, that's taking away money from the business to help you grow the business. So that's one of those things that you got to be able to balance. So that's something that I did want to talk about. Let's kind of pull up this thing. For those of you who don't know, Buc-ee's is a gigantic gas station. My first time going to Buc-ee's was October of 2024, November, I think, of 2024 in Tennessee. It's a gigantic gas station, and man, it's crazy big. You got store that sells food and drinks and clothing. I think the one I had, they were selling Christmas trees in that joint. So this Buc-ee's gas station has a little bit of it all. And it seems like they just recently opened one in the Ozarks. I'm not sure if they were from Texas or somewhere down south, but it seems like they just recently opened a gas station in the Ozarks, which is in Missouri. For those of you who don't know, that show Ozarks, man, that was a crazy show with Jason Batham in there. That joint was sweet. But nonetheless, this is fresh off the press, March 20, 2025. Today is the 21st. So yesterday, this article came out. Another Ozarks business faces federal lawsuit from Buc-ee's over trademark infringement. Let's go through the article here. I think this is to show you how massive Buc-ee's is. Looks like this is an aerial view. Again, this is a gas station. This is not your Sam's Club. This is not a Costco. This is a gas station / convenience store, I guess. Let's go through the lawsuit here. Buc-ee's has filed a lawsuit against another Ozarks area business for trademark infringement. So I didn't realize that they had I'm not sure if Duckies or Superfuse were from the Ozarks, but it seems like Buc-ee's is familiar with the Ozarks. This week, the company known for its massive travel centers filed a federal trademark lawsuit against Bucees, a Marshfield business featuring a dog park, coffee, food shop, alongside a Western-themed miniature city for children located at the side of Interstate 44, about 17 miles northeast of Springfield on Buc-ee's. Look at I have to stop this thing. It's a number of takeaways. If you're going to open up something. Well, again, to be honest with you, I think this is a little bit different. You got, let's say, theme parks. You got a dog park. You have a convenience store, food, drinks. I'm not sure if all that kind of makes for a good business as opposed to focusing on one or two things. But it seems like they have some things that's different from what Buc-ee's have. Like I said, Buc-ee's is really a gas station, a convenience store, sells food, drinks, or maybe some clothing. But it seems like this shop sells a number of additional things: Western theme, miniature city, a dog park. Children for the miniature cities for children. So it seems like this Bucees has some additional things that Buc-ee's don't have. So maybe it's kind of maybe out of the realm of trademark infringement because the class is kind of similar. Which again, I think that's a stretch. And again, you'll see the logo here in a little bit, which I do definitely think is different. But if you have something that's called Bucees, and the company that's suing you is called Buc-ee's, and y'all food, drinks, convenience store, in my opinion, you in trouble. You guys let me know in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I think that the logos are kind of different, and it's not a likelihood of confusion, which is the standard of trademark law. But again, if you are operating a convenience store or a similar business 17 miles away from the business that's suing you, 17 miles, that's what, 15, 20 minutes. So if you're operating less than 20 minutes away from a business that's similar to yours, your name is Bucees, their name is Buc-ee's. Again, I think you have some problems on your hand, in my opinion, just to be honest with you. You guys have to let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. But let's continue on here. Bucees was held its grand opening 2 months ago, so it recently just opened. Had a soft opening late last year, according to his post on Facebook. The business name is registered, the LLC. And again, that's the Buc-ee's. You see the Buc-ee's behind it. This is a giant inflatable Buc-ee's. This essentially is the trademark the logo, trademark logo of Buc-ee's. Now, Buc-ee's has a trademark not only on the logo, which you see here, but they also have a trademark on the term Buc-ee's. So again, Buc-ee's has trademarked its cartoon beaver logo and plethora of retail products and merchandise, including clothing, drink containers, foods sold in convenience stores, and more. So again, it seems like they're definitely within the same field. The complaint filed in U.S. Western District Court of Missouri claims that the use of Bucees in connection with the food and drink products, pet products, and travel stop services using a colorful imitation of Buc-ee's trademark is an infringement on the Texas-based, they are from Texas, business rights. Likewise, Buc-ee's is alleging that the Bucees logo, a cartoon dog wearing a hat and a pink cartoon within a yellow circle background, mimics important aspects of the iconic Buc-ee's logo. Particularly, the documents notes that Buc-ee's beaver is associated with an often photographed and red truck. So again, this is the Bucees logo. In my opinion, this animal is in a truck. Seems like he's ordering a coffee. Like I said, I don't think the logo is confusingly similar compared to the Buc-ee's logo that you see up here, this inflatable here. But that Bucees, you're going to be in trouble with that, in my opinion. According to the documents, Buc-ee's claims that the logo copies its use of a friendly, smiling cartoon animal. Again, you don't have, it's a lot of cartoon animals that's smiling in the trademark. So I think that's a stretch, at least as it relates to the logo or the cartoon for a Buc-ee, even if it is in a circle, as well as a copy and the use of a hat placed on a brown animal with a red tongue and a black nose. The use of this logo, particularly to promote food and drink and travel stop services, has resulted in a confusion to consumers, the lawsuit claims. Additionally, the suit claims the Marshfield business sells breakfast burritos and pieces of merchandise with the logo on them. Again, in my opinion, I don't think the consumers are getting confused over the logo. I think they're getting confused over the fact that it's Bucees. Again, if you just had this logo, you would call it something else. In my opinion, I think you're good. But Bucees, and the trademark term is Buc-ee's, and they're 17 miles apart, you're gonna run into some issues. Let's finish off this thing. The lawsuit also references news articles noting that Bucees owner John Lopez was inspired by Buc-ee's for the business concept. Man, I'm done with this thing. The owner is also saying that he was inspired by Buc-ee's. The owner, when the business was first announced, a news-related noted Bucees' legal team did not see an issue with the similar names, according to. Hold on. Let me read this again. When the business was first announced, a news release noted Bucees' legal team did not. Clearly, they need to maybe get a new legal team, in my opinion. The lawsuit argues this is evidence the business operators were aware of Buc-ee's trademark and still willingly. Yeah, man, look it. I don't know who their legal team is. That was one of going to be my things to end with, is the fact that you guys have to get legal counsel and go over this stuff because they can maybe save you a ton of money. But again, for the legal team to say, hey, this Bucees, again, I understand the logo, but Bucees is not going to be, the word Bucees is not going to be confusingly similar to Buc-ee's. Man, look, I don't like to talk about attorneys, but I think that's a stretch in my opinion. You guys have to let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, I thought that Buc-ee's was trigger happy on some of those other ones with regard to Duckies and some of the other ones, but Bucees, Buc-ee's, I don't know, man. I think Buc-ee's has a case, but that's just me, at least as it relates to the word mark. It was another thing that I did want to kind of point out here. Let me see, what was that? Talked about the logo. Friends place valuable reputation, goodwill, Buckingham, further impacts distinctiveness, which was explained for. Oh yeah, another thing, they actually closed. So again, they talked about that. They just recently opened a couple months ago. If you go to their website, if you go to their Facebook page, they literally said they are closed. They call it due to construction purposes. But I would bet you my last dollar that this is somehow dealing with this lawsuit. So again, like I said, they could have saved themselves a ton of money having to close. Because again, if you are a business, you just open and 2 months later you got to close because of construction, just doesn't come off good. And I, in my opinion, I think a lot of that closing has to do with the fact that this Buc-ee's lawsuit came down the pipeline. So those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. Please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button. Again, for those of you out who will see this video, if you're looking to have a logo or a word mark that's similar to the Buc-ee's or their logo, then you better be prepared to strap up and go to court and spend some money, because Buc-ee's is going to sue you. At least 4 lawsuits in the last 2 or 3 months. And I would imagine that more is coming down the pipeline. In any event, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.